Jane and Jessie in the morning. Welcome to the Jane and Jessie Show, Between Two Lattes. I'm Jessie Conta, and this is my co-star, Jane.
Today's program is brought to you by Seattle Children's Hospital and Clubs. Between Two Lattes is a new feature where we will introduce to our viewers important and interesting people living the real dream.
Today, our guest is Christina Zaletski from PreventionGenetics.
Join us, Christina.
Welcome,
Hello.
Christina. We're so glad that you could be here with us today. So we just want to start off by having you describe your title, your role. What is it that you do?
Sure. I am the Director of Genetic Counseling and Client Services at PreventionGenetics. And really my role has been to develop the role of genetic counseling for our genetic testing company.
Christina, that is so interesting. What is your relationship with utilization management? Would you describe yourself as a user of laboratory tests, performer of laboratory tests, a gatekeeper or a blocker perhaps? And we know you're not a payer of laboratory tests.
I would say that I must be a performer of tests, although it's not me doing the technical details. I'm a lab genetic counselor who works for a private industry company whose philosophy aligns quite well with utilization management.
That's interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about that philosophy?
Sure. So we preview all of our tests as they come in to make sure that the most cost-effective test has been ordered, to make sure that it hasn't been a duplicate test in our system, and to really work with the client to help figure out how can we best add value to our product.
And you are helping develop the role of genetic counselor with PreventionGenetics. How many genetic counselors are there?
I'm proud to say that we currently have a team of 2. We also have a team of client service representatives who I work very closely with, and I'm their direct supervisor.
Fantastic. So Christina, in your role, what is the most aggravating type of error that you see related to UM?
Most of the errors that I see aren't really aggravating. I feel like as a lab service, it's our job to be part of the team and to help correct mistakes as we find them. So I don't find most things like duplicate orders a real aggravating thing. I feel like it's more of a service.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to force me to pick something that's aggravating,
We will.
and I
Yes.
assume that you would,
Yes.
I would say the incompletely filled out test rec forms without clinical information. So sometimes we get all the information that we need to order the test, but that box where we ask for clinical history is left completely blank.
Mm-hmm.
We trust that our ordering providers and our lab GCs know what they're doing, but sometimes mistakes can happen in the process. Very recently I had a case where a client ordered SLC 26A10, and they really intended SLC 26A1, but without any clinical information, everything looked straightforward, so we went ahead and proceeded with the test, only to get a phone call after the fact. And then I felt like we needed to do everything we could to get the right test done and to try to figure out how we can minimize that wastage of healthcare dollars. But if something's aggravating, I would say that when the rec forms aren't completely filled out.
So dovetailing on that question, what would be your one piece of advice to our tens of viewers?
Well, clearly fill the test rec form. I think it'll make us all work better as a team. We know that you're choosing the right test on your end, but if a mistake happens in the process of transcription or of ordering it into the computer, it could be just a glitch and it's nobody's fault and nobody really made a mistake. But we have a good chance of catching those little nuances if we have all of the complete information.
So would your specific advice be to laboratories who are sending PreventionGenetics a test to make sure that those forms are complete?
Ideally, yes, but I can also respect that different laboratories have different processes and it may not always be easy to go back after the fact. I guess all I'm saying is that if we don't get the clinical information, we completely trust what our team member, the ordering client, has ordered, and that we don't have a chance to make sure that it was the most cost-effective option or even the right test.
So you're saying that we can partner with you, we can improve the value of the test together by providing you with really good clinical information up front.
Why do you say it so much better?
No, this was
She's a pro. I'm just kidding. You are all pros.
One UM expert, living or dead, to have dinner with. Who would it be?
You know, there's that guy, he's from New Jersey. I think he's a pretty famous public speaker. Dr. Mike Astian.
Heard of him.
I think I'd choose him.
It's about 8 feet tall.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Larger
the
than
one.
life. It's true.
But I'd also very much like to have dinner with Jane and Jessie.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't feed her that. That was an honest answer.
Mike might have fed the first one.
Okay, so when we wrap up here, let's go and grab it. Okay, so last question.
If you could choose one that you currently have, I'm assuming you have many.
What?
What is your favorite superpower?
I think it would have to say sort of like Robin Hood, where I feel like I'm taking away profit from our company at times, but it's in a very ethically sensitive manner,
Right thing.
and it's supported by the company. So I would say my superhero would be sort of like Robin Hood,
That's a great answer.
to get the right thing done.
Do you find yourself wearing a lot of tights?
Like
Generally in Wisconsin, the weather is not supportive of tights.
was archery. No?
But
Trap
that could
shoots,
be I'm sensing a new theme.
So, okay, this is a great superpower. With that superpower, we want to thank you for joining us on the show today. This was great to have you as our guest. Thank you for
We had
sharing.
a lovely time.
Mhm.
Thank
Speaking
you. Do
with
I
you.
get to earn one of those badges?
Oh,
Very insightful.
Thank you so much for asking, Christina. We wanted to deputize you as part of our floods patrol. So if you don't mind,
I will wear it proudly.
I hope to not hurt you, but
Yeah,
you did sign a form in the beginning,
I did.
alleviating me of
I
all
did.
responsibility. So this class got there.
And we're out of
We
time.
are out of time,
So-
everyone. So thank you for joining us on the Jane and Jessie show. We'll see you.
Two lockers.